We'd like to thank BetChrisCanada.net for their support of the Hockey Betting Podcast. I'm Brian Blessing in sunny Las Vegas.
And I'm Cam Stewart in cold Toronto, Canada.
If you love hockey and you're in Canada, and Cam is, by the All-Star break, even if you can't stop thinking about taking a vacation someplace sunny and warm, but you don't want to miss out on any of the hockey action, look for a BetChris near your next holiday destination.
BetChris is one of the leading sports books in the Western Hemisphere, with hundreds of sports betting locations throughout the Caribbean and Latin America.
Watch the game at a BetChris location. Food and drink specials and VIP lounges are available at many BetChris locations. Use the promo code PODCAST when you open your BetChris account.
Place some bets on your game and collect your cash at the window when the game is over.
BetChris offers single bets, parlay bets, teasers, and more on pregame and live odds for hockey and all your favorite Canadian and American sports leagues. And BetChris offers a variety of team and player props, including futures.
BetChris offers the best value odds on Canadian and international sports. Use the promo code PODCAST when you open up your account at a BetChris location. Deposit $750 or more and get up to a 40% reduced commission on your sports bets, up to minus 106 on single bets and parlay bets. That's the best juice in the biz.
So, if you're planning a trip to exotic locations from the Caribbean and Mexico to Peru and almost everywhere in between, the odds are very good. There's a BetChris Sportsbook where you're going on holiday. For more information about visiting a BetChris location while you're on holiday, or to listen to or subscribe to the Hockey Betting Podcast, visit BetChrisCanada.net. That's BetChrisCanada.net. Cam, you're Canadian. When you leave Canada and you're heading south, use the promo code PODCAST.
You're listening to the Hockey Betting Podcast, presented by BetChrisCanada.net. This is the Hockey Betting Preview for Monday, September 30th, 2019. And now, live from Las Vegas, the host of the Hockey Betting Podcast, Brian Blessing.
All right, we're fired up. It is time to talk hockey games that actually count. Glad to be with you. Thanks to our friends at BetChris. We are ready to rock and roll, and we're going to focus on opening night in the NHL on Wednesday night. Brian Blessing in Las Vegas, hanging out in Toronto, more specifically. Cam is wearing a GPS bracelet. I do believe he's in Mississauga.
That's right, Brian. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, might as well be. Half of Mississauga goes to the Leaf games anyway, right, buddy? It's the burbs, but hockey's here, man. We can't wait. Something else to add to the betting schedule, and I just, man, I'm actually jacked for hockey season. Watching some of these NFL games, I just want to put my head inside a rope. Can I have another penalty flag there, ref? It's been absolutely brutal. Like, I'm watching these games going, you know what? I'm just flicking the channel. Is there a murder mystery on?
By the way, we'll get back to that. The funny thing is, when you said that, I just, it's one of those I told you so's. Like, I don't want to be that guy. I'm going to be that guy.
Yeah.
All right. Who was the character? You could probably, who's the hockey dude at the Toronto Star?
Ooh, Damian Cox?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, no. When Vegas got announced that Vegas was getting the team.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
This character says, they're giving a hockey team to a city with a population of 600,000, and he goes on to, just destroy it, why it ain't going to work. Yeah. And I'm like, hey, jackass, there are 3 million people here. Summerlin, Henderson. I said, that would be like saying that, 8,000 of the Toronto Maple Leaf fans that are at the Air Canada Center are from Mississauga. That was my argument.
Yeah.
Right? And this guy said, 600,000 in Vegas. Oh, by the way, 18,000 sold out every home preseason game. It's a gong show here. Nice call, Mr. Cox.
Yeah, no, these guys are set. These the Canadian media types, and I'm in it. But I'm going to say this, and that's probably why I'm not working for the big stations, Brian, because we tell it the way it is. I don't care to cut these guys up. Clueless. Absolutely clueless. You think Toronto's the only hockey mecca out there? I get it. The game's been around longer, but the people of Las Vegas, they've done a fantastic job with that team. I've been to viewing parties with you. They're absolutely packed. The playoff stuff, Brian, it's been fantastic. And you know what? You want entertainment value. In Vegas, we got Knights shooting down Jets, doing all sorts of pregame stuff. These other teams, instead of doing their stuff from 1975, should actually get off their ass and figure it out and actually put an entertainment product together, and you might get a new generation of fans. Anyway, I digress, Brian, and you're right. We've been to Vegas. We did shows in Henderson, Summerlin, whatever. That's where the people actually live. They don't live in Vegas, numbnuts. They live outside in the burbs.
That's exactly right. All right. I'll tell you what we'll do today.
Yep.
We'll focus on Wednesday opening night. There are 4 games.
Sure.
We'll load on Thursday, and we'll dive into a healthy menu of games on Thursday and the weekend. But out of the gate, it's fun to talk about actual hockey games that matter. Ottawa is at Toronto. Toronto, you got to make them in the 230, 240 range, probably maybe even a touch higher.
Yep.
And the total on the game, I'd say 6 under 20. The one thing, the Leafs, the circus act is behind them. They get Marner signed. It's offense. Defense, I think, is still suspect, Cam. It is better than last year. The one cautionary tale I would throw, I thought Ottawa last year, who everybody thought was going to be historically bad, they didn't win a boatload of games, but that was not a team that got rolled on a nightly basis. Ottawa shows up and competes.
I agree. And they don't like Toronto. Toronto doesn't like Ottawa. It's one of those things. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised by game time just because of the Leafs hype probably going up to a 275, 280. Brian, I think the Leafs win this game, but I agree with what you're saying right off the top. The Leafs, they still have major defensive problems, and the goaltending with Freddie Anderson is up and down. A lot of the time they hang them out to dry. Ottawa's going to be a gritty team. They're not going to go down without a fight. I can still see them scoring 3 or 4 goals. Like I see a 6-3, 6-4 type of hockey game. I love the over in this spot. And if I'm looking I think Toronto will win the game because they are better and at home. And obviously the power play will be great with the likes of Matthews and Marner. They're going to be very good on special teams, but I got to find a dance partner. And I think I found one later on in the card, but I like Toronto to the over, and I will be betting the over in this hockey game.
It is a tried and true angle. And if you follow us all year long, Cam's knowledge, I'm unfortunately pretty long in the tooth and have seen this for a lot of years. Believe me, in this league, more than any league, history repeats itself.
Mm-hmm.
And the ceremony games and the dad's trip are the 2 best angles you will ever find in any sport betting anywhere. Now, for the Super Bowl champ, it works because they play on a Thursday night in the home opener. For whatever reason, the Super Bowl champ wins. But Washington is at St. Louis. I think St. Louis is going to, this is a hockey game. But I think over the course of the season, I really think St. Louis is eligible to have a Stanley Cup hangover. And I think they got to work just to get in the playoffs. I truly believe that. Now, Washington's coming in. Ovechkin's out of, going nuts already right out of the gate. But they're going to raise a banner in St. Louis, and they're going nuts. And Cam, I'll just cite one recent example. And, it's not that recent now, but it was Chicago at L.A. They were playing the Kings. The Kings won last time. The Kings won the cup, and they're doing the big banner thing and the blah 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 blah. And I'm sitting there just laughing. They're going nuts, and Chicago was up 3-0 in the first 6 minutes of the game. The home team comes out. They warm up. Then they're all swaying around, standing there as they're raising the banner and they're doing this and that. And the other team's in the room riding the treadmill. Running the treadmill, riding a bike. I'm playing Washington in the first period. I'm playing Washington in a game. It's worked forever, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I'm with you. You're looking at the schedule going, who's the dog of the night? It's got to be the Washington Capitals. As for the St. Louis Blues, they're a good hockey team, but I think they're going to be a little bit slow out of the gate. The Stanley Cup winning hangover. Good team. How's Binnington going to react too? This is big. The guy was on a Tootsie Roll in the playoffs and absolutely stood on his head, but you know what?
And he's got money. And now he's got money.
Now he's got money. I don't seem like he's the type of guy to party because he's kind of like low key, Brian, but still a little more money in your pocket. It's you lose a little bit of the edge and hunger. As for Washington, they're still a damn good team. Tom Wilson's like a dog with rabies already in the preseason. He wants to kill somebody. I think Washington is a great pooch tonight. I agree with you. I would look at them in the first period. I'll look at them in the game. And despite the over in the Toronto game, I probably think of a more defensive battle. kind of like a 3-2 type hockey game, but I lean more with the Pooch and the Washington Capitals to get it done. They will be my dog.
We'll get to Vegas in a second, but just on your topic about the money thing, and you're right. I'm not saying Binnington's going to go bananas or anything, but those guys get a piece of journeyman. He's a kid, but he had no future. I mean, you may not have seen him for 3 years if things didn't fall the way they fell last year. I mean, I'm watching the preseason out here, and Cody Eakin's skating like Paul Coffey, and they're like, "We'll get into Cody Eakin." I go, "They don't get it." I'm like, it's low hanging fruit. It's his last year of a contract, and no one ever. That's why Vegas went to the final. Everybody gave all these different reasons why Vegas went to the final in their first year of existence. And the answer was simple, and no one had, the Vegas flu and the this and the that. No, 14 of them were unrestricted or restricted free agents. They were mercenaries. They were playing for money. Exactly. Then you get the money, and it's human nature. Your foot's off the pedal.
Couldn't agree 100%. Like, Brian, you hit the nail on the head so many times there, and I'm with you. Yeah, once you get money, you get a little bit softer. It's just human nature. But St. Louis is one of those teams. A lot of things fell in the perfect way for them. I'm not saying they're a bad hockey team. They won the Stanley Cup, but I see regression with this team. As for Washington, I think there's a sour taste left in their mouth the way they bowed out to Carolina. I'm telling you, Ovechkin's still pissed. Remember when they won the Stanley Cup, the guy's drinking about three cases of Smirnoff, and you know what? He got over that. I'll tell you, there's going to be a little bit more hunger. Holtby's kind of an issue with this team, though, but when he's on, he's really on, and I think the Capitals in this spot, it's really good, Brian. I'm with you. I'm with Washington. I think they're going to get it done. I told you, Toronto, the over, and the Capitals so far on the card.
Yeah, no, I think the Stanley Cup hangover is a real thing for St. Louis. It wasn't for Washington because, Ovechkin was skating by guys. His pores were like the size of dimes. Guys were getting drunk just standing next to him in the face-off circle.
His pictures went after the Stanley Cup party are priceless. I got to be honest with you. I'll take Ovechkin in any type of situation. Like what's the over-under for bottles of vodka? 4.5. He's still a killer, man. He's a party machine, and he's deliver.
He's the greatest sniper of our era, and he's got the greatest hollow leg in the league.
For me, it's chicken wings and pizza. For him, it's vodka.
It's in the Gatorade bottle, for God's sake.
You're right, Brian. I love you, buddy. You're the best. I'm going
to
Washington's a play-on team this year, right, Brian? They're hungry, right? Like the Capitals are still. They're one of those teams. They know it's the window, right? They won their Stanley Cup, but they have veterans on their team. It's not going to get any easier. I see desperation from Washington this year, and I think we're going to be finding a lot of nice spots to be betting the Capitals.
For outstanding information and special offerings and promotions, we invite you and encourage you to sign up for our newsletter today simply by going to the website betchriscanada.net. All right, I will say this. You're going to have to talk me into something here because I'm totally in sit down, watch, and see what's shaking here. I'll say Edmonton, $1.25, $1.30. Total on the game 6. Under. McDavid is skating again. How good is he or how healthy is he? You got new goalies with Edmonton. Vancouver, I think a team going the right way. These guys can't catch a break. You got Besser in concussion protocol. This is a banged-up Vancouver team to start a season. So I'm going to, right now, as of now, I'm on the sidelines in this one unless you got something for me.
No, I'm on the sidelines too, but it's kind of interesting. I kind of lean to Vancouver in this game. I've learned a lot with Edmonton. They're a hype machine. McDavid, yeah, sure. He's going to be there ready to rock. How healthy is he? Every year it's the same story. I know Edmonton has changed the front office. They are going to get better, but you can't lay any type of a price with them. I will look to take Vancouver as a dog, but you're right, Brian. Out of all the games, this is the one I like the least. I'm not sure about the over. I'm not sure about the under. It could go either way. If it was Calgary, I'd probably lean to the over. The rivalry first game, we'll get some special teams points, penalties, lots of stuff to set up, power plays. But here, I just don't know. I would lean Vancouver, though, as a dog because I don't like laying juice with Edmonton. It's that simple. You got to show me something, Oilers, and you haven't showed me anything. It's the start of the year. If Vancouver was healthier, I'd smash the Canucks in this game. But right now, I'm on the sidelines to lean to the dog and the visitor.
All right, and we wrap it up. And it's San Jose at Vegas, and it's a home and home set which is going to be wild. They can't stand each other. The last preseason game, they played on Sunday, 90 penalty minutes. Now, Kane may get suspended for pushing a referee, but Vegas is in the 220 range here. I would play in the total. I think they'll probably go 5.5 over. Fleury looks really good in the preseason. Vegas has a whole summer of pent-up energy, got scalded by San Jose. I have a defined plan of attack for these two games. I like Vegas. You got to play them on the puck line.
Yeah,
you got to. I think it's Woodshed City, and then they go play Friday in San Jose's home opener. And I like the over in that game. But I think Vegas tilts the ice on these guys. And then Kane, one of the guys they do count on for some offense. It hasn't happened yet, Cam.
Yep.
He pushed a linesman in the preseason game in Vegas on Sunday. That is supposed to be. And now that was the call that was made.
Yeah.
And the commissioner has to confirm it. But it's an automatic 10-game suspension. So Kane is likely not involved in these two games.
I don't care if he was or not, Brian. I'm taking Vegas in probably both spots. I like the way you're going to attack the first game. First of all, San Jose is not as good as Vegas. Vegas got railroaded in the playoffs. It was absolute BS. It's life. You're right. They're stewing. They're stewing in their own juices, ready to pounce. I think Vegas is a great play. You play a -1.5 at home. And I will also, if you want to do it the different way and you're a little bit worried about the goal, I told you I have a dance partner with the Leafs in a parlay. Toronto, Vegas, parlayed. If it gets to even money or plus a bonus situation, I love the Vegas Knights in this game. I kind of lean over too. I think both games might go over, Brian. What's going to happen after the incident on Sunday? Lots of hot heads, cheap shots. I think the NHL is going to be calling this game pretty tight due to the hatred between these two clubs. I like Vegas and I like the over, but I like Vegas a lot in this game. I think they get it done. I'm going to parlay them with Toronto and take the -1.5 all in on the Golden Knights.
Yeah, you got to go puck line. And I would think, I think, what do you think? -1.5 is probably still going to be about -15 cents.
Yeah, about 20 cents for correct. That's the thing. That's why I'm going to do a money line parlay with Toronto and Vegas to put both of them on, then a two-banger, and then I'm going to take Vegas -1.5, lean to the over in Vegas, San Jose.
And then real quick news and notes around the league. You got the RFAs finally getting signed. Okay, I think some trades are going to start to happen. But then Crosby, I just laugh at this stuff. I mean, the Vegas game, I'm telling some people, like, you're throwing Fleury out there in a game against a team. You guys hate each other. You're going to play. I swear to God, Cam, you can't coach stupid. You're going to play these guys twice to start the season. You hate each other. There's all this pent-up energy, angst, and hate. And if in the Tuesday in January, you got a division game, say, this is a big 4-point game. Well, they're playing a home-and-home set. So if you want to say it's an 8-point game, 8-point games, and you're going to expose the guy that you need more than anybody for some lug wrench who's going to go to the AHL to run him and hurt him. Like, why would you even play him? I
agree. I think these superstars, are these guys dumb? Like, I don't play Crosby. I don't play. I don't play Fleury. I don't play any type of superstar in these games. You have a long season, and hockey's one of those sports, Brian. It's a war of attrition. In the playoffs, these guys are half dead before they win the Stanley Cup. You don't need any type of negativity going in there. I think it's insane to me. We've been down this road before. These coaches are nuts. You know what I mean? Don't worry about it. Ooh, it's an exhibition game. Don't worry. They'll get into it. They're athletes. They know it'll work out. You don't need to play that game. I can agree with a little bit of tuning up, but the final preseason game, like, you're a star on the team. I don't even suit up. I think it's ridiculous. Any type of injury. Hell, look what happened with McDavid last year. Final game of the season, the guy could have been out. Like, things happen, man, and you got to be careful. I get it. It's sports, and you can't be scared, or you know what I mean? Like, we're going to sit our stars, but come on, man. It's the start of the season. You can't have these stars out there. And you said it. Vegas and San Jose, it's like prisoners in a jail. These guys absolutely hate each other. And who says a goalie can't get run? I'm with you. You know what? Keep them in the suits, buddy. No need to suit up for an exhibition game.
All right. We'll do more on Thursday. We'll have updates. But there is a game Thursday. Pittsburgh's playing Buffalo. And, Sidney Crosby, stud, and the guy who's been the best player for the Penguins in the preseason, Brian Rust. Both of these guys blocked shots in a mindless preseason game, and is up in the air whether they'll even play in the opener. That's the point of discussion is, why would you even do stuff like this? They were worried about Crosby, but they think he's okay. He's day to day. So it doesn't seem like it's a long-term thing. And he's a Warrior. He probably plays, but out of the gate, man, there's some big injuries in the preseason.
Yeah, you said it, Brian. These guys are absolute studs, and Pittsburgh's going to need a healthy team to do the things that they want to do. And, they're not a young team anymore. Interesting angle, too, and we'll talk about it the next show. What about Winnipeg? They signed their guys, but how much work have they done, too, going into a game against a Rangers team that we really, really like and at home with Kako? Should be interesting. These guys are signed up, but are they game ready? And the season starts real soon, brother.
Well, the one thing we do know is that the second game of the home Friday night, Vegas at San Jose, Vontaze Burfict will be at the game.
I got to tell you, Burfict's not the only thing, too. I don't know. Tom Brady and the Patriots could basically kill somebody, and they get high fives from everybody. They go and kill the Bills quarterback, Allen. He's in concussion protocol, and Burfict might not ever play again. I'm not saying Vontaze Burfict is a good guy. He's a repeat offender. This is like the fifth time. But are you kidding me? It's amazing with the New England Patriots. They go and kill a guy, and they get the high fives afterwards. Yeah, hey, buddy, it's the Patriots world, Brian. We're just living in it.
There you go. It's a hockey world, and we're living in it.
Yep.
And we got you covered all year long. It's going to be a fun season, bud. Can't wait.
You've been listening to the Hockey Betting Podcast, presented by BetChrisCanada.net.
For outstanding information and special offerings and promotions, we invite you and encourage you to sign up for our newsletter today simply by going to the website BetChrisCanada.net.
The handicapping and sports odds information contained on this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Please confirm the wagering regulations in your jurisdiction, as they vary from state to state, province to province, and country to country. Using this information to contravene any law or statute is prohibited. The podcast is not associated with, nor is it endorsed by any professional or collegiate league, association, or team. This podcast does not target and is not intended for an audience under the age of 18. If you think that you have a gambling addiction, stop this podcast now and please seek help.
Gambling and betting on sports is a form of entertainment and should be about having a good time. But when done excessively, it may negatively affect other areas of a person's life, such as their physical and mental health, school or work performance, finances, and/or interpersonal relationships. At BetChrisCanada.net and the Hockey Betting Podcast, we're concerned about the addiction that gambling may cause, and for this reason, we encourage everyone to practice responsible gambling, an approach to gambling that helps you ensure that it remains an enjoyable activity. Here are the main principles of responsible gambling. Don't think of gambling as a way to make money. Always gamble with money that you can afford to lose. Set limits and stick to them. Never chase losses. Don't gamble when you're depressed or upset, and create a healthy balance. Always be aware of how much time you spend gambling or thinking about gambling, and do not allow gambling to cause you to miss out on time with family and friends or time spent on other activities you enjoy. By following these guidelines, gambling can be a good time and great entertainment. If you feel at any time that your gambling is taking away from important areas of your life, is causing you stress or depression, or is leading to financial losses that are beyond your control, please reach out for help. Learn more at responsiblegambling.org.